Hi friends, thanks for tuning in. My name is Linda. Welcome to today's Daily Dose. This is a timeless reading, so even though it's called Daily Dose, it doesn't mean that it's only valid or relevant on the day that you're watching it or the day that it's uploaded. It can be relevant anytime you find this content. So if the messages here resonate with you, then this reading could be for you. But if there's topics that come up in this reading that you can't relate to or don't understand, then this is not for you. So don't try to make something fit if it's not actually part of your existing energy. So this card here represents where you are now, what challenges you face, what resources you can use, what are the hidden forces, and this card represents what is the potential outcome. Okay, so we have 3 Pentacles cards in reverse, King of Cups, and then the Universe from the Voyager deck is actually the World card from other tarot decks. And I'm going to pull one rune here for the spiritual lesson, and we have Hagalaz. Okay, this is an interesting reading. This looks like for some of you there's definitely some kind of difficult situation around money, something challenging around money, some kind of maybe for some of you, how I'm feeling this overall is that you may have some financial difficulties or some kind of situation right now where a lot more money is going out than is coming in, and you might be struggling to gather the resources you need to start something new, which is what you're trying to do now to overcome or to recover from a difficult financial loss. And the King of Cups there in the reverse position, in the position of the resources you can use, is quite telling. I think for some of you, this situation is very emotional, and it's very challenging on a deep emotional level, like also on a creative level too. I feel like some of you might be feeling a deep sense of loss or even failure, I would say. But that's actually, you need to understand that's not the end of the story. You know, like the challenging situation that you're in right now is kind of designed to help bring the best out of you. That's how I'm seeing this spread and the energies of the cards and the rune that's coming out. Now, what I'm feeling here as well with this energy is that it's especially with the Universe, the world in reverse, and this rune Hagalaz, it's very much an incredibly deep spiritual test that you're in. The money part of it is like what's happening in the mundane physical reality. But the deeper experience that you are in right now, it's much more about how you temper the storm. How you temper the storm. How do you deal with extreme adversity? How you deal with crisis. How you find the ways to bring out the absolute best in you when things are at their absolute worst. That's kind of a summary of what I'm seeing in front of me here. So usually when I do these readings, I go through and read each card one by one, but that kind of came through as sort of one kind of energy there. So I'm going to go in now to each of the cards and see if I can bring in a little bit more information to help you understand better what the circumstance is that you're involved in. Now, 5 of Pentacles in reverse, current situation. Right, it's pretty clear. There's a financial loss here. There's some kind of breakdown. Maybe you, poverty clearly is indicated here with so much Pentacles energy, but this could also be abundance and self-worth are often very much tied together, you know, like the vibration of abundance, or how you feel about abundance and money. It's not actually only about money, it's more to do with your relationship to everything. Actually, it's your relationship to the universe. So perhaps that's what's getting rewired and recalibrated here, is your understanding of universal life force energy and your place in it, your understanding of who you are in context or in relation to the greater whole. That's kind of super deep and profound, but that's actually, if I really break it down, that's actually really what's here. So 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles. Oh, sorry, this is the 9 of Pentacles. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, so that's even more true than what I've just been saying there about self-worth. I thought this was the 7 of Pentacles, but it's the 9. So 9 of Pentacles is certainly about self-worth, everything, independent. The 9 of Pentacles is a very independent energy. It's very self-oriented, self-mastery, self-discipline. It's very like the energy of the Nine of Pentacles is a person or individual who is a creator, and they have a lot of self-worth, they have a lot of self-esteem, they have a lot of self-confidence. And it's not that the thing is about confidence is that you don't just have self-confidence. You gather self-confidence by doing things that are challenging and really appreciating and celebrating those small victories that you are able to achieve by challenging yourself to do difficult things or to undertake difficult things. And I feel like it's important to mention right now in the context of this reading that it's not like, how do I want to say that? Like, you need to take small steps here. You need to take small steps, because I feel the energy here with the universe being in this reading in the reverse, and also the King of Cups too. It's like, I feel like you have something really big that you want to achieve or attain. You have really big goals. You have really high expectations of yourself. And you might be feeling, like I said, at the very bottom of the pit right now. And so what feels like your destination or your goal may seem so incredibly far away from you right now. And so that feeling of being incredibly overwhelmed by the ginormous task ahead of you could be making you feel a little frozen. I'm feeling that energy in this reading as well. Like you might kind of be choking a little bit right now. Like you can't see a way through because it seems so far away. Like the place you want to get to seems so far away from where you are now. So it's important to take small steps. Small steps. Enjoy the small victories. You know, do the small things every day that make you help you gain self-confidence. And that's as simple as, you know, all the basic stuff. I'm not telling you anything like new or psychic here. It's like exercise every day, meditate every day, eat well, sleep well, rest well, have good influences around you. You know, that's the fundamental thing. And then from there on, it's like if you want to get to some place that is very big and very what's the right word there? Like if what you're seeking to endeavor is something very profound and large and I don't know, glamorous or glorious or whatever, you know, it's about the daily tasks of those small details that are usually pretty boring and mundane and repetitive that you need to do in order to get to your goal. So King of Cups in reverse here represents the resources you can use. So what I'm feeling with that energy is that, like I said, there's definitely a very emotional energy in this reading, like almost defeated, I would say. And I just noticed that all the cards in the reading are in reverse. Again, that's not a bad thing. It just tells me that you are in a crisis point now. That if this reading is for you, this reading is not going to be for everyone that's watching it. So if this reading's for you and you are kind of feeling like at the lowest point, you're being tested here very heavily, like I said in the beginning of the reading. And the challenge for you is to find new ways to approach this problem. Maybe you've been in this, maybe some of you watching this have been in this situation for some time now. And that feels even more challenging and even more emotional because you may have been struggling to find a way to turn it around. And it almost feels like the more time that goes by, the more difficult it becomes to see a way to solve the problem. But like I said as well earlier on, this feels like a deep test on an incredibly fundamental level of like, who are you at how do you react and respond to situations when things are at their worst? And so the King of Cups in reverse here is telling me that you need to really dig deep here and find new ways to tackle old problems. It's like the challenge here is to find solutions that are outside of your normal creative pathways or, you know, the go-to ways that you normally reach for to solve problems when you're in challenging and difficult situations. I mean, like this guy is like on top of this really turbulent, messy kind of water, but he's like floating on his throne. You know, it's that kind of energy you need to like seek within. It's like, how do I rise above this fuckery? Because you have it. You have that ability within you. You have the skills and you have the talent. But maybe you've been looking at ways to solve your problem by doing things the way that you've done them in the past. And in this situation, that's not going to work. So that's what I'm saying here. The challenge for you is to find new ways to solve old problems, because the old ways are not working anymore. It's a paradigm shift for you. It's also here, the challenge here is also to cultivate and develop greater emotional intelligence in order to even realize that you need to find new solutions, right? You know, and I think because you are, it's almost like bottom of the barrel kind of energy here. I've been saying that already a few times, but from the perspective of where you are now, it's like you maybe feel like completely exhausted. You might be feeling like you're running on empty. So, and what I'm also feeling with this energy right now, sorry about that big sigh and the big pause, by the way, there. I just feel like feeling your energy and feeling like how empty you feel right now. Like there's an emotional and physical exhaustion that I'm feeling in this reading that's really, really challenging. So I definitely empathize with you. I'm not saying that this is easy. I'm not trying to brush past this at all. I can feel the challenging energy that's in this reading. What I was going to say there is that, yeah, this could be a moment for some of you where you might be understanding the power of your spiritual guidance, or there's potential for that. That's what I'm saying. Like in this energy where you might be feeling like defeated, you might be feeling really low energy, low self-esteem, low, right? I think what would support and help you right now is to understand that maybe where you've been looking for answers, you might have been coming up a little bit short. But what I'm getting here is that there's a need for you to connect more with the intelligent forces of life that are guiding you, that are outside of your own mind or outside of your own your current intelligence. What I mean by that, if you're not getting it, is that your higher self and your spiritual team and the people that are supporting you in the unseen realm are really ready to provide you with wisdom and insight and understanding and information, but you need to ask first. You need to ask, and then you need to be receptive to information that in ways that it might come unconventionally that you don't expect. So this is about also fine-tuning your perception and your ability to communicate again with the universe. That was something that came up earlier, remember? We were talking about how you may be realizing that you need to redefine your understanding of who you are in the world and how your energy relates to the rest of all of creation. That's something really big in here. Right? Like right now you might only be able to see like what your, you know, the tiny lens that you're viewing things through right now is simply like, how can I get money? How can I get out of this poverty? How can I rise up and come out of this shitty situation? But the energy of this reading is much bigger than that. It's much bigger than that. It's about maybe you redefining your place in the universe and the, like what you're here for. Now this card in this position, Ace of Pentacles in reverse, this is what are the hidden forces. So yeah, there's definitely some kind of delay here in you receiving money that you've been waiting on. That's what I'm feeling here. You may be waiting for money, you might be waiting for resources, you might be waiting for sponsorship, or waiting for a grant, or waiting for a payout, or waiting for an inheritance, or waiting for something that's owed to you and it's not coming, and that's fucking frustrating. It's frustrating. I'm not telling you that it's coming. I'm telling you it's being delayed. It is delayed, and it may be delayed a little further still. So you got to keep digging deeper. You got to keep cultivating more emotional intelligence. You've got to keep cultivating greater ways to be creative. You have to really cultivate and develop further your meditation practice, however that is. Your communication with your higher self and guides. That's what you can use this time for. That's how you can best make use of this energy here, is work in those areas. Because there is this financial energy that is being delayed. I don't see a breakthrough for that anytime really soon. Don't shoot the messenger. But what I do feel here is that there is a much deeper metaphysical, spiritual, esoteric purpose to this energy that you may not be able to see yet. And until you actually start to look at it in that way, you won't get the breakthrough that you're seeking. So turn your perspective in a different area and stop looking where you've been looking. You're focusing too much on the things that are not helping you solve the conundrum that you're in. You need to look elsewhere. Completely change your focus, change your perspective, change the direction that you're approaching your problem, and you will make a breakthrough. All right? Don't let this energy overcome you so much that you end up sick or feeling entirely at a loss of power, because it's not that's part of what you're learning here, is how to feel empowered in a situation that's challenging and difficult, how to find the best of who you are when the situation is the worst that it can be. That's part of what this learning is that you're in. But this reading's gotten on long enough. I feel like I'm gonna leave it there. I hope that was helpful. Please let me know in the comments below. It's been an honor and a pleasure to read for you. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now.